Hello. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I was asked to uh, do equation or solve a problem. So this is my Zoom video of that. Let me share my screen. Okay, so um, I am Miss Lane, and I'm going to explain to you or try to figure out how we are going to solve this problem. Okay, so the problem reads a sample of calcium nitrate with a formula weight of 224 grams per mole has 6.66 times 10 to the 27 atoms of oxygen, and how many kilograms of calcium nitrate are present? Hmm. So whenever I'm given a problem, first thing I do is I go through it and I'm like, okay, what is a sample? So I'm talking about something small, something like this. And what is calcium nitrate? That's some type of chemical. The molecular weight. Okay, I'm weighing that chemical. And the weight is 224 grams. Okay, and it has 6.69 wait, 224 grams. What's mole? So I keep reading like I just did. I went right over grams per mole and has 6.66 times 10 to the 27 atoms of oxygen. And how many kilograms of calcium nitrate are present? Well, the first thing I would think is, what is a mole? Okay, so what is a mole? So a mole is going to go here. Um, two, 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 two. So, a mole is how can I say that? It is a measurement. Mm, mm, Measurement of how many particles of atoms in a substance. That's what that is. So, and moles are measured using um, uh, Avogadro's number. So, 1 mole is equal to Avogadro's number, which is 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. Okay. So, how can I get you to understand? So you're weighing, so you're looking at, um, or you're measuring or counting how many of a particle of how 1 mole is like I said, how many particles of atoms that substance that we're looking at framing it right now. Okay, but to help you remember moles, and you want to give you something to help you remember what Avogadro's number. Also think of moles like eggs. That's the way I can put it. Now, if I say how many eggs in a dozen, you will say 12, right? So anytime I say a dozen, immediately you're going to think of 12, right? So think of Avogadro's number just like that. Anytime I say 1 mole, you say 6.22 times 10 to the 23rd. That's that constant. Just a fact, okay? So if I said how many I got 24 eggs, right? And I said, how many dozen is 24 eggs? I'll do 24 divided by 12, which would give me 2 dozen. Okay. So if I'm thinking about Avogadro's number, I'm saying if I had 2.41, I'm just making up something now, times 10 to, I brought my birthday, 25, 10 to the 25th. Um, and I'm saying that eggs times 1 dozen to every 12 eggs, which would equal, if you did the math, not 12 eggs, to every, I'm trying to make this right, 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. I hope this works out. We gonna find out. Okay. Um, and that is going to be equals. Now let's look at it. We're gonna say 2 point. Believe it or not, that's 40. Worked out really good. 40 moles of eggs. We go say. Okay, enough of that. Okay, so now when we look at the equation, the question, it says a sample of calcium nitrate with a formula weight of 224 grams per mole has 6.6 times 10 to the 27 atoms of oxygen. So the first thing I know here is just reading that part is I need to calculate, calculate, um, the number of oxygen. Okay, calculate the number of oxygen. And how we're going to do that is we're going to take this number they gave us, 6.66 times 10 to the 27th atoms of oxygen. Okay. And then you will sorry. So then you will take that and you're going to times that, let's set up the equation where you're putting one mole over 6.022, which is equal to, you will get 6. You will get 40 moles of oxygen. Okay. All right. So um, mm-mm. I didn't do that right. Why is that not coming? Oh, 6.66. I'm sorry, y'all. That's not right. 6.66 times 10 to the third times that's 6.022. That would 10.59 moles of oxygen. Okay, so what that tells us is that for every one oxygen, it's 110.59 mole. Okay, but if we look at the equation got NO3 two times. So that means we're calculating 6 oxygen. So we're going to take this number. We're going to take this number and then we're going to multiply that by 1 mole of 1 mole of Ca calcium nitrate to every 6 moles of oxygen, which equals 18.43. 18.43 moles of calcium. All right. And this is really supposed to be, I'm being a little anal right now. So that's supposed to be subscript. Okay, so we're going to take this number right here, and we're going to copy it, and then we're going to paste it there. Okay, and now we're going to multiply the weight, the molecular weight of that. So that's how much um moles of calcium, calcium nitrate that is. Okay, so now we have to multiply that by the weight, and that will be, okay, just doing math on the computer is something interesting. So that is 224 grams per mole divided by grams per mole divided by calcium. One mole of calcium nitrate. Okay, and then that's going to equal. Let me. That looks. Let me darken it. All right, yeah. So yeah, that's a division. And put my subscripts because that makes it look better. And then let's calculate that. We're going to times that by the 224. And then that's going to give us 4,128 grams. Grams of calcium. Calcium nitrate. Okay, now going back to the problem, it says a sample of calcium nitrate with the formula weight of 224 grams per mole has 6.66 times 10 to the 27 atoms of oxygen. How many kilograms of sodium nitrate are present? So the first thing that we did was calculate the moles. How many kilograms of calcium nitrate are present? I have it in grams. So we have another step. So if you take 4128 and then grams of calcium nitrate, and we know that for every 1 kilogram, we want our ending to be at the top. For 1 kilogram, there is 1,000 grams. Okay, so let me fix that. It's equal, and we'll come back. So fix my calcium nitrates. calcium nitrate. And so 41, 4,128 going to 1,041.28 kilo, kilograms of calcium nitrate. So there you go. There you go. There you have it, my wonderful family. There you go. So to recap, so what we did was we was given a problem that says a sample of calcium nitrate with a formula weight of 224 grams per mole, has 6.66 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of oxygen. How many kilograms of calcium nitrate are present? So the first thing, you have to know what a mole is, and I gave you my definition, a sum up of a mole is a measurement of how many particles of ions in its substance. Okay, so um, uh, so 6.00, I mean 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd, which is Avogadro's number. I also wanted to let you know you can associate that number as a constant, just like you would think of a constant when you thinking of a dozen of eggs. And you know that instantly just with the thought dozen, it is 12. I made up a problem, and hey, we came up with that. and a and which is 40 moles of eggs, right? So a sample of calcium nitrate, when we looked in here, the first thing you have to do when you evaluate a problem is you want to um, uh, normally like take a survey of what it's saying. The first thing I knew what a sample was calcium nitrate. I'm thinking about chemicals. Formula weight, I'm thinking about the weight of something. Then it says grams, and then I'm looking at moles. So that instantly made me go into what is a mole. And that's why I shared with you what is a mole. Mole is a measurement of how many particles or atoms in the substance. Then what this question was asking us was how many kilograms of calcium nitrate was present. So in order for us to do that, we needed to calculate the number of oxygen. Okay. uh, and oxygen is 6.66 times 10 to the 23rd. And most times when that's what I didn't tell you. Most times when you're thinking about Avogadro's number, it's associated with calcium, right? So the only thing that we were really missing was oxygen. So in order for us to calculate oxygen, we had to use the given of the atoms of oxygen, which was 6.66 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of oxygen. And then we times that by Avogadro's number constant, which is 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd, which gave us 110.59 moles of oxygen. Now, we took that 110.59 moles of oxygen, and then we times it by 1 mole of calcium nitrate over how many oxygen are overallly in calcium nitrate. So when we looked at the molecular formula of calcium nitrate, we noticed that oxygen is 2 times. So that's 3 times 2, which gave us the 6 moles of oxygen. So that's how we took the 1 mole of oxygen, which was 110.56, and we divided that by 6 moles. Okay. So, and that gave us 18.43 moles of calcium nitrate. So we took that 18.43 moles of calcium nitrate and we times that by the formula weight, which is 224 grams per mole. Now we also went and each gram per mole by 1 mole of calcium nitrate. So that puts us, that cancels out the moles and leaves us at 4,128 grams of calcium nitrate. But the question asked us how many kilograms of calcium nitrate was present. So we had to convert that grams into kilograms. And we did that by dividing, because we realized that for every 1 kilogram, there is 1,000 grams. So when we divided the 4,128 grams of calcium nitrate by 1 kilogram by 1,000, we ultimately got 41.28 kilograms of calcium nitrate. Okay, well, that is my summary of that question. I hope everyone understood, and thank you.